the first thing I want to tell each and every one of you to do is try to take it in nuggets. You know what I mean? One of Bill's hacks that some of you have heard of, and I love the way he explains it, is you all heard it. You know, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? And the last thing that you can do is now allow the wisdom and the knowledge that you got here to paralyze you. You know what I mean? Oh, I just don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. Yeah, you do. See what I mean? That's the one I'm going to get you on all the time. You do know what to do, right? So I'm going to do a little different portion. You can see I got the whiteboard up here. But I want to help you debunk or demyth everything that you have about being an entrepreneur and also building a business within network marketing. Because here's why. We've already talked about your wants. You guys seen, you know, what I did with Jenny and you know, where she can find her want. I asked each and every one of you over this time to tell me what you want. Did any of you find it? Did you find it as deep as Jenny did? Because it's got to be visual, man. It's got to be emotional. You got to make that phone call to somebody. You got to find your target. And there's a lot of companies out there right now that are talking about that whole concept. Did you know your why's got to make you cry? You know, people are saying, hey, you know, Lisa was saying, you know, we should, it should be BYT. You said that we have to put BYOK.
Bring your own Kleenex.
So Terry's already looking at an opportunity. She's going to be bringing these little ones. She's selling them. Hey, would you guys want some the cookies and yeah, which by the way, thank my wife for bringing all the goodies. Yeah. Got great support. Got to give Maria a hand. That's good. Hannah back there, yeah. But you guys really got to take control of your life. You know, there's no reason why it's not now, right? And so before we even talk about a little bit of MLM stuff, how many people really truly believe, if you're going to perform based on how much you believe, how many people really believe that the media and the propaganda and all the stuff that's out there right now is you're living in the worst times that you possibly could live in? These are the worst days. We've never had it worse. We just never have had it worse. You know what I mean? But yet, contrary to what's being propagated, there's these kids out there that didn't get the memo. And they're breaking records every year on how fast they can hit billionaire status. Billionaire status. So you hear about the Steve Jobs and the Bill Gates, the great people. You know, it only took them 31 years to become a billionaire. And now they got kids knocking out billionaire status in 18 months. Does anyone realize the older you get, the more it seems like time is speeding up? Yeah. That's not in your head. We still have 24 hours in a day, but I don't know. I feel like it's speeding up. All right? So the thing is if you really believe the world's going to end tomorrow, you know what I mean? It's going to change the way you do what you do. Right? So if Modere is the opportunity that you're looking at, or what other company you're in, if you really don't believe that they're going to be here in 5-10 years, that is going to really build against what your beliefs are in building a successful organization. When I was talking to Dwayne and Lisa, you know, in the back, they were saying they get it now. They get it, that they're building a following of people that they're building a relationship with. Because a lot of people don't want to talk about the negatives of this profession. I don't look at them as negatives. When you talk about professional athletes, they've been with 4, 5, 6 teams. Well, wait a minute. Didn't they go through elementary and junior high and high school and college? Some of them are been with 2 or 3 college teams. Then they go into the professional ranks. And they're with this team, this team, this team, this team, this team. And it's like it's just okay. No one's upset at Hootie for going to country western music. Hootie and the Blowfish. I'm just helping some of you out, right? And it's like, you got to understand that people dream in their goals of what they want to accomplish in their life. That's where I'm going. There's the dreams that I have. And I'm starting on that journey and that path. And I believe I can do it. And in the middle of Jenny helping Gabriel become a professional snowboarder, he runs into somebody that changes his thoughts, his ideas, a different mentor. And now he says, Mom, listen, I think I'm going to be better at skateboarding. No, that ain't happening. No, he's still going to be on the podium. You see what I mean? Does it really make a difference what vehicle? I'm going to be a surfer. How many people in this room have had kids? They change their minds. All the time. You know what I mean? So you never changed your mind, right? So how many people in this room, and you can't say that, well, I think we're okay. How many people in this room really think that you can make $1 million? See, if you know how to make $1 million, then all you got to do is put the numbers in. You just got to approach enough people. You just got to do it. And see, we hear about all these examples. I was talking to Dwayne in the back of the room, and I try to stay in with what the billionaires are doing. That is not to impress you. I just think they got a better idea of where the hell the trends are going. Right? So all of a sudden it used to be Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. You know, the Oracles of the world, the Adobes of the world. You know what I mean? How many people are starting to understand that now all of a sudden it seems to be Google? And when you got Google and Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg standing around saying, well, what's your goal? Oh, my goal is to help the other 4 billion people get free internet access. They're the Rudolph Murdochs and the Randolph Hearsts of the world. There used to be a time in the United States and the world where only a couple people influenced all the people based because they owned all the media. They owned the newspapers. They owned the access to information that was getting to people. So while everyone's trying to figure out where's the jobs going in the United States, I think Mexicans are taking them. You know what I mean? There's a whole group of guys that are saying, how do we get free internet and information to the other 4 billion people? Now, the hair rises up on my arms when I hear that. You guys seen my passion and love for helping people and getting them the wisdom and the information. That's why Bill and I found each other. And I'm going, go Mark Zuckerberg, go.
You know, so many more people that you can actually touch and be able to.
Bingo. These guys are going to have wireless handset things in their hand and be able to get information from us, not just me. You see what I mean? Don't you want to be a part of that? So I don't know how many of you are sitting around and saying, I think I'm only going to live for another 5 years. But me and my son have this talk all the time. There's going to be stuff that's going to be invented between now and the time I die that's going to keep my butt alive a lot longer than normal. That's what I'm counting on. So when I see the Zig Ziglars and the Jim Rowans, you know, that were still mentoring and teaching people all over the world at the age of 80, 90 years old, that's me. That means I got another 40, 50 years. So if you're one of those people that are sitting around with a group of people thinking that there's no way you're going to make it, I suggest changing friends. All right? Hang around with a couple of people that want to see how many people they can touch before they leave this planet. Right? So I'm on legacy, wide open, and so is Bill. And when you hang around the Elon Musk of the world, you know, can you imagine sitting around with a guy that says, oh my God, they defunded NASA. NASA's got no more money. Well, what are you excited about? I'm going to design the rockets that they're going to use to get in space and get supplies into space. Oh, you are going to develop rockets. Hell yeah. No one else is doing it. It looks like an open market to me. And where his mentality is. But there's one problem. Yeah, I'm sure there's more than one problem. No, really not. The thing is that I think it's stupid to build a rocket, spend all that money on it, and then it destroys itself. I got to figure out how to get this damn thing to land itself. It needs to go up there and deliver supplies, and then it's got to come back to Earth, and, while it's slowing itself down, it's got to spin itself around and uses propulsion to land back on Earth, so I don't have to keep rebuilding these things. And everyone that he sent up, he's tried to land. He hasn't figured it out yet, but this guy's gonna. And we're gonna hear probably easily in the next year. Elon Musk pulled it off, landed his first rocket that he doesn't have to repair. Because now he's sure got this electric market or this car down. And now he's got this little thing where people can buy a couple of things to put on their garage. And you only need to get off the grid, 25% of the time. This guy's trying to figure out how to cut out the energy companies. And guess who he's got helping him? No one. The other billionaires in the world. They're all hanging around, all signing a deal, saying they're going to give away 50% of their wealth. And they're trying to figure out how to save humanity from itself. I want to be frickin' part of that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's good. So anyway, there's my rant. So if you think the world's going to end, you guys can live the next 50 years either in a bad place or a good place. How many people want to live in a good place? Okay? So let me go in my rant. Okay? My mentor taught me this one thing, and now you guys can see why I'm so passionate and why I'm doing this. I don't care what's being invented in the world. Someone's got to teach other people how to get it to the world. My mentor taught me if I could learn human skills of empowering other people to believe that they can be more than who they are, that I can raise up a giant network of entrepreneurs that can market anything in a blink of an eye. So even though I do some pretty incredible stuff right now, like break records and Modera as soon as I get in them, wham, 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 go through 5 ranks in 30 days. I foresee that the Elon Musk of the world come out and say, hey, listen, look at this thing we got. It totally gets you off the grid. And I can go to Elon and say, listen, I can sell 14 million of those in 24 hours. Wow! You guys want to be a part of that? Yeah. I want to show you how to build that network for yourself. Because trends are going to change, economies are going to change, countries are going to change. I know I'm going way out there. I'm just taking you on my little trip, my little world. But we're going to see in our lifetime when Google and Facebook, companies like this buy countries. They're going to have their own damn currency. And there's no one that's going to be able to stop them. You guys are going, what? I'm telling you right now, the reason that Google and Facebook haven't bought a country already is they still know that they can still get it at a lower cost.
So true.
Google right now and Apple right now have more cash reserves sitting in one place than 21 countries on this planet. And it's all digital. It's like out in the air. It's crazy. So I just want to tell you that. I believe things will happen. You don't have to worry about what all the idiots are doing now. It'll self-correct. It always does. I know I'm going way out there. I just want to take you out there. But every empire in the world, every empire in the world has sort of destructed itself in a little over 200 years. We're watching what's happening with the United States. I'm not worried about it at all. But they're goofing around with 250, 260, 270. They've really run their term. And there's going to be some people in the United States who are going to start getting pissed. And I just want you to be prepared. You know, Lisa and Dwayne already got it figured out. He's like, we're out of here. We're going to go down South America. It's like, sell everything and move, you know. So, no, don't go to them and say, why are you moving? No, okay. So now I want to cover just a couple of things before we close out the night. Now, I know that Bill has asked, and I've asked, is there any people that have questions? Now, if we're handling them, you know, you got to let me know when I can stop, and I can stop a little early, 15 minutes early or whenever, and we can answer questions. But every time Bill, I'm watching Bill, and he says, hey, does anyone have questions? And Jenny has a couple.
There's more that's spinning up there right now.
Cool. So, but, you know, we do pretty good at handling the information, right? So now if I could just show you guys some other stuff of myths and network marketing and get those beliefs out of your head. Now, how many people in this room really believe still that, you know, network marketing is a pyramid? Does anybody still have that in their mind? You do? Okay. Let me just, I want to break these myths. See, if I can help you think different, then guess what? Okay, my mind shifted, it's done. The uniqueness about network marketing is that, let's just draw a quick pyramid, and I'll do this quick. When you really look at MLM, it's exactly the opposite. And I'm not saying this to change your mind. I'm just saying that you're looking at a guy that usually always gets in companies that are always 13 or 20 years old. The company I'm getting right now is 28 years old. Now, they can rebrand it all they want. But bottom line, Dwayne, I can teach you how to go out and continue to build more front levels than anybody else that are successful, and you'll go right to number one in the company. There's nobody that can stop you from being the number one earner of any network marketing company. Nobody. So that breaks the myth of being a pyramid. Now, here's something that a lot of companies don't know. A lot of companies incentivize people that will go more than 3 legs wide because most people won't. So you can go 3 wide in a company, and this is documented. You get one good leader in your group that wants to make 6 figures a year. You've supplemented your income easily by 40, 50,000. You get 2 people, you've replaced your income. You're now 6 figures. You got 3, you're mid 6 figures. Okay, so that's where most people stop. How many people in this room would be okay with 4, 5, 600,000 a year? It's like you don't even know what to do with that money, but we showed you today how to get rid of that money. So you got to start putting causes in your mind. You got to start putting charities in your mind. You got to start learning how to step up your game, right? So as soon as you go 4 leaders, $1 million plus a year, very small group of people. And I'm not preaching Modaire, but leaders like us influence companies, right? And so now Modaire, if you do 4 or more legs, you get an extra 5% off the total volume of every leader you build over 3. Over 4 or more. So the comp plan already pays 7 to 8%. And if you guys want to hear big boy numbers, an average comp plan, regardless of the company, regardless of the comp plan, will pay anywhere to 10 to 12% on the total volume that you bring in the company. That's just the way the numbers work out. So if you're bringing in $10 million a year in volume, making $1 million a year. So all you got to do is get around that, what, $800,000 a month in volume? $1 million a year. Take that number, 10 million, divide it by the number of auto ships, there's your residual. So that's a little different numbers than you guys are normally talking comp plans. So that's all the numbers I know. So when people say, hey, what's the comp plan? I get to play with big boy numbers. Because I'm sitting down talking to the people and saying, who's your top 6 people? How much are they making? How much are they doing for volume? I don't need your BS numbers of what you're putting in the comp plan of what you say you pay and what you don't pay. How many numbers do I need to make $1 million a year? Tell me that number so I can double it or triple it. How many people like the way I do comp plans? So now leaders are saying, what's my incentive, Dwayne? Instead of building 3, which people turn their maximums into minimums, if I only need 3 team leader legs to go to the top of the compensation plan and become an elite 3 and get $1 million bonus, then there's leaders like me that are saying, what would you pay me to build a 4th leg, a 5th leg, a 6th leg, a 7th leg? So you're looking at a guy with people that got 28 years of experience over me, and I will be the number one earner in this company because I do it in every company. Why? I'll just build more legs. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and if you build more legs than me, you'll be number one. I don't need number one forever. I just need to hit it, and then I'll let you take it. Okay? So how many people, now, did that break your MLM thought?
Yeah.
See, because there's this BS thought that the people that have been in for 28 years that are in Japan, that grandpa's making $1 million a year. This is a true statement. There's a grandpa in Japan that makes $1 million plus a year, so does his son, so does his grandson. 3 generations of legacy in one company. So that makes me feel comfortable that they probably are going to pull it off for another few years. How many? I don't know. But did that help you with the illegal pyramid thing? I don't know of another company you can do that. I can't get in Congress and be the number one politician. Can't go into a normal corporation, want to be number one earner. Can't make more than the CEO. There's not too many opportunities. I love business. And so I want to get into something where I got a shot to be number one. Got that one? How many people like that? Okay. All right, what else? What else is a myth in this industry? Come on, you guys got myths.
Right, you just kind of busted it as well with that. Is all the guys
Percentage of people that make money.
Huh?
The percentage of people that really actually make money.
Okay, that's pretty close. He said, Rob said, the people at the top make all the money. Again, not a true statement because you can get in anywhere, and as long as you outproduce everybody else. What's fun about me getting involved in companies is the people that are already making $1 million a year already are comfortable. like you guys think, whoa, Robert's going to go number one again. They've been sleeping for a long time. They ain't even going to see me coming. By the time they try to figure out what the heck I do, most of them are so comfortable they won't care. They're glad that I'm bringing more excitement to the company so that their lazy people that haven't really gone to work yet, went after their dreams, can make it. Most people that are making more money than they can spend are hoping that other people would frickin' figure it out. They don't want it all their own. Grandpa wants his son to be number one and wants his grandson to be number one. Majority of people are like that once they figure money out. Not all of them, but most of them, right? And so your question again was?
Percentage of people that get in network marketing that make money.
The percentage of people in network marketing that make money is less than 1% make over $10,000 a year. Less sign. That way?
Correct.
Okay. Less than 1% make over $10,000 a year.
And there's how many people in network marketing?
God, I don't know.
Billion?
No.
100 million.
Maybe 100 million. Now, when you see that statistic, I need you, Doug, to say, well, what makes network marketing different than any other? Any company, any athletes. See, me because I know your sports background. And I know these statistics because I love using these statistics, right? So if you said the amount of kids that went out and played flag football, how many kids that went with the dream of being a football player, start out in flag football, make it to junior high, start doing tackle at the beginning, at the end of junior high, and get into high school?
Less than 15%.
Right. That then go into the college ranks.
Less than 3%.
That then hit professionals
1%.
that make $1 million a year.
A quarter of a percent.
Yeah. You take anything else in the world, and it's not that the percentages are better than worse. They're the same. Why are they the same? People are people. How many people actually make it to black belt? Less than 1%. How many make it to second degree? 0.00. You see what I mean? Every step that you get up. How many people in this room know I did a 27-hour mentorship program? Okay, I think I was sharing it with you guys. So I put it together. I'm all excited. You know, Bill's watching me. Yeah, I love watching my friend get let down. Because I do get excited. Bill's pretty even keel. You know what I mean? I call him up. Hey, the sky's falling. Well, really, not really. It's not. I just stepped outside. I think you're a little wrong about that. And then I can call Bill 2 days later, and I said, man, I figured out we're making $1 billion in the next 3 days. Well, you know, if we were able to just pay rent, I think that would be cool. You know what I mean? So Bill's my, you know, and I'm like, you know. And I used to call my wife, she used to be the string on the helium balloon. Now I got 2 of them. You know what I mean? It's like, hang on, Robert. It's all right. We got you. All right. Both of them together, pretty cool. But the whole point is, what was we talking about? No. You guys ever heard that thing? You know, well, listen, I don't know if you guys know this, but I jump around a lot because I'm ADD. And ADD stands for Attention Deficit. That is a beautiful sweater. Anyway, what were we talking about? All right. Huh?
27 hours.
Yeah. Then I get these videos, right? And I'm going, Bill, man, I got challenged by Eric Worre, got challenged by Ray Higdon. They say, no one teaches as good as you. Do your best. Put your best stuff in a project. I didn't know that these guys normally do about 8 hours of material. Build a product. All right. Build it better than anybody else. All right, I'm doing 20 days, man. I'm going to do 20 days in a row. It turned out to be 21. I don't know how to talk for only an hour. So some of them turn into hour 15, hour 20. You add them all together, and that's 27 hours. So I call all the people, Todd Falcone, all my friends. I just did it. It's done. How big is it? It's 27 hours. What the hell? That's more than all my products put together. Well, listen, it's awesome stuff. And they're going, really? And I said, yeah, I just stared into the camera, got the camera and the computer close to me, and I was acting like I was talking individually, one-on-one people. And they're going, you got to be kidding me. I've never seen anybody do that. And I said, yeah, I'm getting some pretty good testimonials out of it. A lot of people going, man, it feels like you're just talking directly to me. And I get it. And they go, so how much are you selling that for? I said, $99. Do you think people will buy it?
You obviously didn't talk to Terry. Nope.
No. So I put the videos out there, and I'm not getting the results. You know, I thought that people would grab onto it the way I grabbed on my mentor stuff and just dive into it and do it over and over and over and take something little bit from each video all the time and apply it, master it, tweak it, master it, tweak it, master it, tweak it, master it, tweak it, master it. And I thought, listen, everybody's like me. And so all of a sudden I grabbed it one time and I went in the back and I looked at it, and it's like the #1 video got hit. I think at that time it was like, you know, 3,400 times. And the next video got hit 1,500. And the next video got hit 700. And I'm going, they're dropping off, and they're not even getting to like the 4th or 5th video. And then you go to the bottom video, and it got hit like 126 times. And I'm going, 3,400 hits on the first one to 162 hits on the last one? I had no clue people dropped off that fast. It hit me harder than I thought it would hit me, because you can help people that won't participate in their own rescue. See, Bill and I would have devoured that thing. People are not like me. Why? They don't know what they want. If they knew what they want, going through it. How many people think that I still watch my mentor stuff? For 28 years? Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've listened to some of your mentor stuff, and it really hit home. It was good.
Now, here's the thing about my mentors versus the way I wish you guys would feel about me. Is every time I go through my mentor stuff, I'm at a different place of awareness. I'm at a different place of mastery. I'm a different deal. So I swear, on the stack of Bibles, I swear, that my mentor did not say the stuff that I did hear him say just last month. I hope I'm like that. Because I'm trying to pour as much into that stuff as I can. So if you keep going through it and you master this $1 million question, then the next time you hear me talking about driving deep for diamonds, I know exactly what he's doing now. And it's fun because Bill and I work together. And then after we're done with one of these things, we sit down with you and I said, man, that one part that you did, that one part that you did. And he's like, really? See, me and him do the same stuff. And I'm going, man, this part really got me. And then he says to me, oh my God, the professor that you did. Oh, we got to get that out to everyone. So my son grabs it, edits it, puts it on the back of Unlimited Profits. It's back there in the pro thing. The only thing that I don't want to know how many times people watched it.
Maybe some people are downloading, because I downloaded everything. So I watched, because I watch it, and I'm going through it for the 9th time now.
That's okay. That's okay. You're one of very small. You see what I mean?
But maybe more than just me is doing that, so you're not seeing the numbers. Maybe that wasn't a good thing.
But it's not the numbers, Melody. I wasn't talking about the numbers. I just was saying that I know how many people are failing because they're not doing what you're doing. Does that make sense? So we all started on this little subject because of Doug's question. How many people actually make it? Well, how many people know in the United States, it was during the Obama last election, and he stood in front of the room and he says, we're going to go after these bastards. These 5% that make over 200 grand a year. He knows how many people in the United States make over 200 grand. 5%. I was like, what? Do you guys is it just me that finds that sort of disgusting? Only 5% of the people are making. We hear the other ugly numbers, how many people are just barely living paycheck to paycheck. So you get to hear that in all the campaign. Everyone wants to help the little person. Yeah, please bring me in office. Now forget everything I just told you. You know what I mean? So, yes. Now, how many people know what 1% of the population is? Could we do this really simple? Let's say that 1% of 7 billion is 70 million. Can I just throw that number out? So 70 million people can make a full-time income, Doug. We got less than 100 million people in the whole entire network marketing industry. So again, there's a lot of room for people up here to make million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million a year. Okay? Did that help you? Because everyone always says, well, hardly anyone makes any money. Yeah, that's pretty much true across the whole world. We're living in North America where the wealthiest people work. In South America, the average person makes $200 US a month. You add their numbers in there. So every country we add, the whole entire economy, the number keeps getting smaller of the people that make over 6 figures. Does that make sense? So network marketing is a business just like a job. Everyone's making the same. So that beat that myth. Any other myths?
Another percentage question, but in a very different way. You and I were talking about this earlier yesterday. Talking to different leaders and stuff, you know as well as I do that there are quite a few of them that believe in this myth of commonly accepted percentages in recruiting.
Yes. Thank you. I told you to bring that up.
Yeah.
Now, how many people have heard this, and I've even heard Bill use this, and I don't like it. I think that it's false stuff, right? So people say, listen, if you talk to 100 people, you're going to get 10. See, everyone always throws these percentages out there that, if you get 10, then you're going to get 1 out of every 10 people that you talk to. See, I believe as soon as you start measuring things that don't matter, you just set yourself up for failure. I totally do. So if you talk to anyone, I'm not going to give you numbers. Because if I give you numbers and you're going to say, okay, I'm going to do what Robert says, I'm going to use the $1 million question, I'm going to go out and pique the interest of 10 people. No, not one person went to my website. Not one person signed up. This sucks, I suck, I'm out. I don't know who you are. I don't know your background. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know how much personal development you got to go through. I don't know when you're going to hit, but I know you're going to hit if you don't give up. So the sad thing is people keep telling me, hey, listen, if I did everything you told me, how fast could I get to $5,000 a month? I've had people do it in 2 weeks. Literally 2 weeks. And I've had people that have never done it. Never done it. Have I had people that I know for a fact have piqued the interest of thousands of people and haven't made it? Yeah. Yeah, I do. They're still heads.
I was just gonna say, it's up here.
Totally up there. They're not doing it for the right intentions. They're not doing it for the right way. And here's another thing that you guys always hear about, right? This is called the salesman syndrome, right? So what you do is you go out and you bring someone in, you bring someone in, you bring someone in, you bring someone in, you bring someone in. And you don't understand that the whole goal is to learn this, to teach this person that can teach this person to bring somebody in. See, duplication is 3 generations deep. That's when you really duplicate it. I know people that have been in MLM, network marketing, direct sales for years, and they've heard me say this, and they go, no, I brought this guy in. No. All my leaders are usually 3 and 4 levels deep. I'm driving down deep to find them. And I do a lot of training on how to find them. Okay, got it? So what people do is they bring these people in, they try to throw them in the system, they don't do anything, so then they go out and get some more. Well, some people in this room said, I've never, ever sponsored 10 personally. But now you go out there and you grab another 4, and then these people start falling off. Then what you do is you go out, I just can't quit, they say this is going to work. I got to find something else to do. This is getting tiring. And so they keep bringing people in, but they don't follow up with them. Now we're talking follow-up, after they're in.
Right, yeah, that, yeah.
See what I mean? And so this is another myth that people do, and you hear these people all the time. They're salespeople, and they get in the company, and man, now I got it. They got closing skills. They're saying, what credit card do you want to put this on? If you get in now, I'll put some people underneath you. You know, listen, I'll work with you. They're politicians. I already thought about it. They'll say anything they have to you to get you in the company, so then they can go to the next sucker and do it again. That's where this industry's got a bad name. Wait a minute, that's where all sales have a bad name. Oh, that's where politicians have a bad name. There's nobody out there that lies for personal gain. We just know that, right? Okay, so since these people are not willing to work on their relationship skills, they go out there and do a bunch of closing, people keep falling off, and then they say this is a bad deal. But it's not just a bad thing for them, and they quit and say this doesn't work, but all these people now think we're a scam.
They've all been damaged.
They all got garages full of product that they can't sell. Because they were told the product sells itself.
But that concept there actually feeds back into Doug's number.
Exactly. So we know that the industry is changing right now, and I'm saying it's changing for the good. Because when we really truly know that people should be going after a satisfied, loyal customer base, and the people that fall in love with the product that figure out how to do personal development and figure out what their want is, and they want it so bad will turn into be good reps. But to be product-based companies first, not recruitment-based companies first. So when you have the federal government say you're not going to get a check anymore unless you can prove 51% of your volume comes from customers, there's a lot of network marketing companies right now that are just freaking out. Because if that rule of thumb comes into their company, they're shut down too. So how about you guys just start learning how to do it right?
Yep.
Okay? Any other myths?
Actually, got a couple comments on it.
Yeah.
Well, one, the thing on the right is like, you want to know more information, Don Fala's book about the duplication, he talks about that in depth.
Totally.
The number of layers you needed, and it's one that actually it was the first MLM book I read. And what really
inc.net/45s. There, you get all my videos and all my training for free. But some of you would already know that, because if you went in my mentorship program, it would have told you to send me an email to ask me for it, and I would have already sent it to you. So now I know exactly how many people really went through the mentorship program and listened to it. No, I'm kidding.
The other thing,
See, why didn't you promote that instead of the book?
Pro what?
Why didn't you promote the free material and the videos and the audios of Don Fela that I promote in the mentorship program? I'll let you think about that.
I did, yeah, I'm missing something.
That's okay.
But, so, well, the other thing I was gonna say is that you tie it to what Bill was saying yesterday about the fast follow, or the first follower concept. It's like, how many people do you have to talk to before you get to that first follower? And maybe at some point you could argue that the 10% rule plays out.
Right.
On average. But
Well,
if you have to go through 1,000 people to get there, nobody's gonna.
Again, the things that Jim Rohn and a lot of people talk about is if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over, a pattern appears, right? So what people try to do is they say, well, if you go through X amount of people, if you go through X amount of people, you'll get X amount of signups, you'll get X amount of people getting involved in the company. I'd just like you to think a different way. I'd like you to think like Jenny thinks, that Gabriel needs to be on the stand getting a gold medal. So now none of this applies. Right. So let's talk about just a couple of thoughts, okay? So when I asked her how many hours Gabriel spent on the Hill, she knew the days that he didn't go, but she didn't know how many hours, because it's a lot of hours and who cares? See, when you guys stop counting things that don't matter, well, I've been doing it for this many days, and I've been doing it for this many hours, and I contacted this many people. Do you know anyone that's successful doesn't count things that don't matter? They just don't. They want to win. That's their goal.
It's when the hockey player, when you were shooting it into the net, that's what matters. It's not any of the other.
So people ask me all the time, Robert, you just started breaking records in Modere. You made $6,200 in your first 30 days. You brought in 140 people. You know, I got team leaders, senior team leaders, juniors, director 1. I'm a director 2. Apparently, I did enough in the first month of my existence in the company to have the company call me and do a call. I didn't need them to do that, but I thought that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? So I'm in it 30 days. Why can't you guys do that? And what's the number one thing that people ask me? Well, how many people did you prospect? I didn't count. I don't care. You know why I don't measure them? Because I don't know the numbers, and then I don't have to lie to you guys. That's why I don't know. Because if you said, how many people you talked to? Let me see, in 30 days, I think I contacted, well, I had one video that was seen 45,000 views, and then the other video was seen by 70,000 views. So that's 130,000 views of the video. How many people are like, hell, I'm out. You know, this guy prospected, you know, pretty close to 200,000 people in 30 days. Listen how quiet it is in the room now. So 200,000 views of the video when I started with Modere. The very first video that Justin Prince did, I was sitting in Modere and I said this. I don't know if you guys heard this on a call. And I'm sitting down there and they're going, hey, so what do you see? I said, I think it's funny that you guys call yourself social marketers. And Justin goes, what do you mean? I said, have you guys seen the video that Justin did that's on the website, social retail /social retail? Yeah, of course we've seen it. We edited it like 3 times. And you got a video down to 9 minutes? Do you guys think that video's good? We think it's good. And I said, it's so good, it's got hit 600 times. A video on the internet for 18 months by the top marketers in your company got the video hit 600 times. I'm frickin' proud of you guys. I looked just the other day, 2 days ago. I think since I've been in the company, the videos just went over like 5,800 views. Now we're starting to crank. So even though I had 200,000 views on my videos that I'm pushing, I'm watching the numbers. Out of 200,000 views, some of them got it enough to go and see this video 6,000 times. Out of 6,000 views of this video, 114 people, 40,000 in volume. So why would we do this business? Man, that sounds like a lot of work. Oh, you guys have never seen this.
So in your last company, you signed 3 people.
Doug's seen me do this twice. My sons have watched me do this the whole life. So it seems like a lot of work at the beginning, right? So you go out there and you go out and you get 5 people. And then when you bring in 5 people, I don't know how many people I watched the video. I don't know. I didn't care. I got 5 people. And out of the 5 people, you know, that turns into 5, that turns into 25, that turns into 125, that turns into 625, that turns into 3125. Has anyone ever done a presentation and showed you guys this stuff? Because these guys watch me that know me really well. You know, usually only takes me about 1.5 years. And I start having 500 people enroll a day. 15,000 a month. Momentum's cool, man. Now all of a sudden, instead of 200,000 views in the first 30 days, I had some of my videos that were getting almost 1 million hits, 1 million hits every 48 hours. Bill's calling me up. We got bandwidth problems. It's fun. And Bill and I have to talk. Man, you know how much they're charging for bandwidth for people watching our videos? Yeah, but this is fun, man. This would happen to you, me. Why wouldn't it happen to you? It's like doing the same trick over and over, over and over. Then quarterway land it. Then do it over, get hurt a little bit. Then do it again, then halfway land it. Then get halfway land it, then get hurt. And then partially land it, but then wreck. Oh my God! And then land it, almost fall, then land it, land it, land it, land it, land it.
And that, I've watched, that's exactly what he did.
Wow! See, people are like, dude, you shouldn't have did that first trick because you hurt yourself. Yeah, I know, but I was really close. This will work for you. You will get momentum. So then you hear that I personally sponsored 11 people. Out of the 11 people, 7 of them actually did something. And out of the 7, I'm the guy that creates over $1 million a year. So I had 4 legs with a leader in each. I'll produce everyone in the company because everybody else did 3. I'm a genius. Did you guys get it?
Yeah.
No.
I wanted to get serious for just a little bit because I didn't want you guys leaving here going, I don't know what to do. Stop counting stuff that doesn't matter. I just got a voice. Want to hear it?
Yes, please.
Walk up to a woman. Melody, how many kids do you have?
3.
3 kids. Any grandkids?
No.
No. So you got 3 kids. I was thinking about having kids. How many diapers do you think you changed?
I
What?
have no clue.
Why wouldn't you count those?
I didn't want to remember them.
Voice. What did she say? I don't want to remember them. I don't want to remember the numbers. They depress the hell out of me. How many people did you say no to you? How many hours were you on the internet? How many posts did you make? How many people did you talk to? How many people didn't show up? I don't care. I signed up 114 people. Got a team leader.
Senior team leader.
Team leader.
Senior consultant.
Senior consultant. Senior consultant. See, talk about my numbers, but talk about my winning numbers. Talk about the 40,000 in volume created in 30 days. See what I mean? I don't want to know how many diapers did you change?
That's so perfect.
Bill brought the diaper thing back to me. Why would you ask stupid stuff that people don't want? God's just that way, man. We'll talk about that tomorrow morning. How many grandkids do you have?
5.
You have 5 grandkids. How many kids?
3.
3. How many diapers have you changed, Grandma?
No clue. A lot.
Would it be like her? Doesn't matter?
I don't know. Don't care, no.
How many babies have you fed? How many hours have you held a child? Stupid questions. How many people like this part? That's where I'll end, right there. You got someone that's got a vision and a cause. After they're doing their vision and their cause, walk up to Dwayne. Well, how many miles did you put on your pickup truck? Did you count how many times you put gas in the vehicle? Do you know how many gallons of gas did you go through? How many times did you have to stop at a rest stop and go to the bathroom? It's like, what are you, stupid? Why don't you talk about the important things, like how many children we're supporting? I can tell you. How many schools did I build? You guys getting this? Because when you got your whys in the right place, did that handle this question now?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So
Stop.
By the way, it's like, how many diapers did you change? Perfect title for a Periscope.
Yeah.
I got it in my notes for you.
Stop measuring crap.
Where's the poo pillow?
Why would you count the crap in the diaper? Why?
Gotta use a
Now, I know I said I'd stop, but let me go on one little tiny tangent. The most miserable people on the planet are these people that count the crap. That's what makes them quit.
Another good title for a Periscope.
You go to a brand new, and people do this all the time. Hey, Hannah, do you plan on having children? Do you have a clue how bad it hurts? Why do people do this? You don't want to tell a woman that's trying to get pregnant, oh my God, it's the worst thing you've ever done. Do you know how many diapers I had to change? Do you know how many times I had? Oh, do you realize they wake you up in the middle of the night? And you hear these people like it's a frickin' badge. I don't get any sleep anymore. The baby wakes me up all the time. And there's people that just went, I just would love to have a baby.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you? Complaining. What the hell's wrong with you? Right?
Yeah.
So these people that are complaining about the stuff that doesn't matter, give me a frickin' break. Could you please? Stop measuring stuff. Just look at it and go, does this stuff really matter? No, it doesn't.